Hi, everyone. It's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So I'm here to help paper crafters gain the confidence to create beautiful cards and stunning projects. So I hope that along the way I do inspire you to develop your own style, to create your own cards, but through different sketch challenges, mystery challenges, that sort of stuff. So if this is one of your first times joining me, welcome. Make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, which is just down below here. And if you are watching me again, I really do truly appreciate you coming on and joining me when I do go live. I love going live. I do it 5 times a week. So, and that's where I come, is here, wherever you're watching me now. And also, if you're on Facebook, make sure that you've given StreamYard permission in order so that I know who I'm talking to. Well, hello. We've got Margaret here, Pam here, and Betty here. Just remember, if you are watching this on a replay, it's because it is a live production. So this is my favorite of all of my episodes, and that's my technique episode. Now, remember that if you do have a technique that you'd like me to do, make sure that you do reach out to me. It's really, really important that I oh, Betty's saying her snow's all disappeared. In any event, if there is a technique that you want me to do, make sure that you do reach out to me. If you're going to put it into my Facebook group, make sure that you tag me in it so that I do see it. I still have quite a few techniques to do, but I'm hoping that you'll give me some more ideas. What I might even do is go and step up some of the techniques that we've done, but there's still some that I haven't done and I can't do because of certain things that are limiting me with product or tools or that sort of stuff. In any event, let's get on down to my desktop. And we are doing the floating strips technique. Now, I know I've done this before on my YouTube. I know I've done it before on my Facebook, but not a part of my techniques. So I always want to make sure that I'm covering everything that I've shown before so that you've got these things that you can download. You can download this tomorrow at 9:05 Pacific time, in the morning Pacific time. And this will be there. It'll have the sample of the card that we're making today, different things that I've used along the way. This is episode number 47. Can you believe that? Isn't that amazing? In any event, we'll do something special for 52. Hopefully I'm not away for 52. I haven't really, that's 5 weeks away. No, I think that's just before I do go away. In any event, the floating strips technique. This one is a great technique to use with different shape dies. You don't even have to use shape dies. And strips of paper. So it's a way to use up some paper, maybe something like that. So what you want to do is you want to decide on the shape that you want to use with this technique. And then what you're going to do is cut acetate or window sheet a bit larger. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of using a window sheet with this particular technique. And the reason being is it's a little too thick for dies to go through, and definitely you cannot use punches. But in your photopolymer stamp set, you not only have a piece of the window sheet that's in there, but you also have a piece of this acetate, and you can use this acetate as well. It's thick enough, and of course it's see-through enough that you can use it. So if you're into recycling, this is a really good way of doing this. All right. So that's what we want to do. So I have gone ahead, and this is a bundle that is retiring. I can tell you that these dies are reduced considerably, and they're still available. So that's always a good thing. I don't know if I haven't really used this stamp set too much, but we're going to try to use some of it today. It's just a bit too big for this thing, the happy birthday and the retirement wishes, but man, is that ever a fantastic font and sentiment thing on there. So we're going to use this. So remember, this is retiring. And it seems like all of my samples for my my techniques are going to be retiring. I am using the Greatest Journey Designer Series paper. This paper, I love this one. This one I had done with the Rhino stamp set. I love the fact that it's a sunset. It could be a sunrise too, I guess, but more of a sunset sort of thing. So I have some paper pumpkin in here too. Now, I try to sometimes go into my my scrap drawers and different things, and I came up with this black, and it was cut with the deckled rectangles, which are still in the catalog, which is a great thing. So I'm going to actually go ahead and use that. And this card base is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, scored 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. We'll just go and fold that into the mountain because that's how we've got our paper done. Now, I know this is really strange, me using pumpkin pie. I'm not an orange person, but I do happen to like this sort of idea. So I have gone and I went and I took my paper trimmer and I cut this down to 5-inch strips. And then I thought I was being so smart, and I'll show you what I did. I thought I was, like I say, I thought I was being so smart, and I went and I numbered them all. But I don't know how I've got 2 number 10s and 2 number 6s. So I guess I'm going to have to figure that part out. Now, I do have a piece of this acetate. Now, look, acetate, you can't see it, right? And of course, now I can't see it here. Well, we'll maybe just have to cut another piece of the acetate. I thought I had some in there. Well, that's okay. I'll just quickly cut a piece of acetate. And I'm wanting it to be, I want it to be a bit smaller than this. So I'm just going to come in with my trimmer, and I'm seeing, let's see how this works. This is 3 1/2. So I think I might want to do this. Oh, I know. I did. Here's my acetate here. It's actually a window sheet, but it'll be okay. So this piece happens to be 2 3/4 by 4 inches. And yes, that'll work just great. And so what I'm going to do, this is going to be really smart to use, is to come in with the silicone mat. We'll just grab our mat here. Well, maybe we won't be grabbing our mat. You think you're all organized when you come on, but of course things do change. Well, I can do this without the mat. But I do want it. I'm going to line it up on my grid sheet. And you kind of can't see this, but you'll start to see it in just a bit. And I'm going to line it up on my grid sheet because what I want to happen is I want it to show through. I want to be able to put my strips on there. So my strips were, that's 4, 2, that's an 8, that's a 10. I thought I was being so smart doing this, but of course it didn't quite work that way. There's a 1. But the paper has got different gradients of the color on there. There's a 5, and I think it's 2 6s that I have. So that's where I'll have to go in and see which one it works with. So there's 5. Oh, it'll be this 6. And then this would be the 7. So you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and just put a 7 on there so we don't get that mixed up. We have an 8. And then again, I had 2 10s, no 9. And I don't think I think that one goes next. This one. So what number was this? This was 8. And this will be 9. I tell you. So what I want to do, like I say, is I want to take these strips. And because it's got a certain design to it, I want to be able to, I want the design to show up. And I noticed that it's kind of at this end. So I'm going to line up this, and I'm going to bring this right down, and I'm going to come with my glue. And we're going to come in, and we're just going to line that right along the bottom on the first strip. So it's just like this. Hello. All right, so it's just going to be like that. Now, because this is glue, it's going to move a bit, and we want to be very careful when we put it down that it doesn't move around. We don't want it. I was going to bring it up. I don't know where my silicone mats went with. In any event, what I want to do is now I want to go, and I'm going to go with number 2. And I'm going to just have that. I don't want it to be like a 1/2 inch wide. I think I want it more like just under a 1/4. And probably the best thing for you to do would be to glue all these up and let it set for a bit. And then that way it won't ooze out. So I'm going to actually do that. So much for our spring, right? You know, it's just not wanting to actually amount into anything. I still got the fall's leaves out there. My gardening people haven't come, so I always say that's the price you pay, is to have them come when you're retired. And then when you're retired, you think you've got all this time, but then the body doesn't move the same way, right? So just going to put that on there, and I'm just going to line this up here. And like I say, I'm going to kind of do it in such a way. Move this down just a bit. We want it off to that one side. And we'll come in with number 3. And these, like I say, they just float. They'll look like they're floating. And they look like they're floating because you won't see the dimensionals in that behind. Let's go ahead and put this one up there as well. This is hard to see this acetate because you don't, it's on this piece here. There we go. So let's just bring this out. I'm not really using that. So let me just come in with my, whoops, oops, oops. All right, crash. So we're just going to line this up so it looks like it's fairly even. Like I say, thank heavens I had these numbered, because really I would have had a hard time going and getting them so they were right. It would have been like a puzzle, right? So see how this carries on down. Let's do 6 here. This one's really pretty because what it does is it carries over to the mountain part up there. Now this was really good, my trimmer, and we're going to have to trim off some of that stuff there. I'm just going to have to put that together here. Whoops. Oh. I did not realize that trimmer, you could put this trimmer blade in upside down. I don't know why you'd want to, but you can put it in upside down. All right. So now we have this, and now what I can do is I want to let that set, because that's going to be so important that this is going to sit on here. And because it is kind of it's like the acetate or the window sheet, that it's not going to dry as quickly. So now what we can do is we can get kind of the rest of the card done. Like I say, I've got this. We've got the inside. So, oh my goodness, you guys, like I cannot believe that I can lose things that easily. Mind you, it doesn't help when things go on the floor, right? All right, so we have this. And now what I want to do is I want to come in, and I'm going to come in, I think, with pumpkin pie and maybe crushed curry. Yes, I'm using pumpkin pie and crushed curry. Hello from Quebec. That must be Lorraine from Quebec. Anyways, I'm going to come in with my pumpkin pie, and I'm just going to just get this bit there. I am experimenting a lot more with different colors, that's for sure. good on me to try going in with different colors. And then we got some crushed curry going on here. This will kind of give us a bit of that sunset sort of look. Like I say, this is for the inside of my card. And then let's go with the stamp set. And I thought this would be really nice to have on the sunset. Let's go in and grab that one. Geez, whoever gets this retired goodie is going to get a good set because it wasn't used hardly at all. Be a great set to get. So we're going to put this on here. And I'm going to come in with my memento, and I am hoping that this is good and inked up. Otherwise, then it's not going to work very good. Oh, you think you should try new colors? Well, I'll tell you. I did get my order with the new colors in, and I'm having a hard time putting the new in colors together. They don't match like they have in the past. So now it's a matter of trying to get something for the make and takes. That doesn't look that juicy. So, oh, that's a little bit better. Okay, so I'm just going to go down here, and we're just going to put those palm trees right about there. You know what? It's really funny, Betty. Like you say this bit about garden green. I have been using garden green quite a bit more. I don't mind garden green. Actually, I think shaded spruce is more of a least favorite color than the garden green. There. So that's going to be the inside of the card. Okay. Then now this should be almost dry. Now what I want to do is I want to put a sentiment. Oh, I should probably cut this off first. So let me, now, if this was a regular die, if I was going to go ahead and cut a die, what I would do is I would then run this through my cut and emboss machine and it would work. But I am going to, on this particular one, I am going to keep it rectangle. So I'm just going to cut those pieces off. And I'm actually going to cut off, I'm going to see how that looks onto this piece here. Yeah, see, we need to cut this piece off. And that's the nice thing about it. You can cut it off afterwards. And then what happens is you can cover those parts up because this really needed to be trimmed off. There we go. And I think I've got that pretty well dry. Okay, so this is going to go on to here. And then we're going to put this on here. But what I want to do before I do anything is I want to put a sentiment on here. And, you know, I was looking for sentiments. I really thought retirement wishes would be really good. I could do a couple of words on here. But I think the stamp set that I'm going to use is the Sending Smiles. Now, this stamp set is carrying over into the new catalog, but not as part of a bundle. So that's one thing to note. It's a note of thanks I could do on here, birthday wishes. Somebody had like comfort, a card to say hello. Let's do that. This is a well-loved. A note of thanks. That's birthday wishes. Let's see. Let's see what this one says. A note of thanks. What's this one say? A card to say hello. Okay, always with photopolymer stamps, you want to lay it down onto your desktop here. And what you want to do is you want to have it relax. If you don't have it relaxed, what could happen is that it could get crooked and then you would stamp crooked as well. All right, so let's come in with our, make sure that that's good and inked up. Yep, that's good. Now, I'm thinking that this can go right here. So I want to get kind of on top of it. Now, if I wanted, I could have the sentiment going down, like on different levels here. But I really wanted it to just be on the one side, because I'm going to show you. Now what we want to do is we are going to come here, and we could use our adhesive sheet strips on the back of these. Like we could use these. I don't know. These. I'm going to go, and I'm just going to use dimensionals. And I'm going to use my little black dimensionals, and I want to make sure that none of them show. So I'm just going to come and put these on. So this will take a little bit of time. Now, if I want, I could cut these strips off from these particular mini dimensionals. So what I'm going to do is I'm kind of putting it in between. Like, you see what I'm saying? Now I'll come and put them here. And another one. Yeah, normally when I've done this, I've done it with a round shape or whatever, but we're going to have to get used to. The only thing we're going to have are the stylish shapes, right? We don't even have the ovals, which is so sad that they're retiring as well. All right, let's do this. Ah, good. Like I say, this is so nice when you can do it in different shapes and everything. This seems like a bit of overkill, but you know what? It honestly, I think it's going to be okay. Now I'm doing this in black because it's going onto a black base. Would have been a lot better to just do the strips, I think. But the strips are in white, so just take these off. But yeah, unfortunately, I didn't use this stamp set very much. So that's unfortunate. But whoever gets it from my BOGO or gets it, as I said the other day, if you live in Canada, I can go ahead and sell this to you after May the 2nd. And I'll honor my BOGO with it. There we go. I don't usually put this many. I run out of the regular size black dimensionals. So that's why I'm using these little ones up to try to catch up with them. All right, so we have this, a little card to say hello. And let's just put this onto here. And you see, this is where it's getting the name floating, because this is actually floating off of there. And then I thought, why not use the die that goes along with this? So we're going to use this die. And it's just going to go right on there, like so. Now, I don't know. I think it had some other dies that would have been okay, but I didn't want too much on there. So what are we going to do? We could pop this up. Well, let's pop it up too. I know I seem like pretty indecisive when I go ahead and do this, but by popping this up and using the black dimensionals, we'll be okay. And I'm not going to pop up a whole lot of it. I'm going to have to go in and actually cut these. Oh, you've never seen this technique. Oh, I did one for Easter. Oh my goodness. And I used the pretty colors, like not this Easter. It was done in crumb cake, pool party. And I think I used Blushing Bride. You could always use the petal pink. That was a couple of years. That was last year, actually, because I remember I also did it for a City of Kamloops class as well. All right, so let's put this on there. It's not popped up that much. Maybe we'll put one more on there. All right. So if you like this, give me the thumbs up. Remember to share my video. I really do appreciate that when you do. It's the highest form of a compliment that you can give to a YouTuber. All right, so we have that. Let's come in and just take these off. Thank heavens for this Take Your Pick tool. Ooh, bit of a tease. There's a bit of an attachment for this Take Your Pick tool coming out in the annual catalog. Right, that. Ooh, look, that's showing, and I don't want that to show. So let me just go and trim that off. Ugh, trimmed it all off. And up there, I don't like that either. Let me just put that on there. Why do I always end up with fiddly things? We're going to put this up here as well, because I don't want it dipping, right? Ugh. Almost as bad as glue. I'm just going to take this off and trim that part off because it's showing from the other side. There we go. All right, so this is just going to come like this. Whoops, maybe bring this down just a tad. There we go. All right. Doesn't that look like a great sunset? All right, so very simple card. We're just going to come in and we're going to put this on here. So let me just, I'm just going to glue it on. Center that on this part. These deckled rectangles are really good as well. And you know what? I think I'm just going to cut that piece off. And then let's go ahead and glue this on the inside. Like that. Whoops. Let's get into the frame here. And I'm going to use something else that's retired. And I didn't check on this product where it was. And that is, and that might have been the other thing that fell on the floor. Yeah, it was. And I am truly, truly going to miss this. These are the matte black dots. I know we've got the essential dots, but honestly, I like these ones because they're a bit bigger. Sunny Thoughts, yes. All right, so let's see where we can put these. Like I say, they're a little bit bigger. And put one there. And then we can put another big one just there. All right. Pretty simple card, really. But the technique is amazing. It's, you know, like I say, you can get so many different looks. I happen to want a tropical type card. So that kind of helps with doing something like that. Like I say, I could have cut this into an oval. It's really nice when you put something that is a bit of a silhouette on there. So then you could use, like, I actually did the variation where you could use DSP on there, but think of it this other way. If you decided to do this and say you did it into a different shape, you could also use designer series paper with this as well. It would work out really, really well. Yes, it would be good. Yes, it would be really good with motorcycle dies. You've never done this technique, Jacqueline? Ah, well, now you have to try it. Yeah. All right. So what's going to happen? This PDF will be shown at 9:05 tomorrow morning Pacific time on my Facebook group. If you're not a member of my Facebook group, the Facebook group is right down below here. It's Stampin' with Diane Stampers group. And then at 9:05, I post the PDF to here. It'll have the picture of the card as well. It'll also have the different measurements, and not that I used really different measurements. I always find with this technique that I don't really focus that much on the card. I focus on the technique and show you how to put it into a card. I'm just going to go down here and see if I have any questions here. Oh, good. Yes, try it. It's great. And like I say, you can sit and post it also in my group. I would love to see you post it in my group. All right, so what's happening tomorrow's mystery? The clues are there until I decide to change them. I'm going to use something new tomorrow. I'm going to use something new tomorrow. I am very, very excited about using some new products, especially when my product took so long to get here. I expedited it. It should have been here on Thursday, and of course I had to wait till today to get it. And in any event, I got it. And there's one of my favorite. What actually, I have to tell you, there's a sweep that I bought that I went. I bought it, and I don't have all my stuff because I put it in 3 different orders, so that's why I haven't done an unboxing. But I want to wait till the rest of the stuff comes and then I can do it. But tomorrow I'm going to give you a sneak peek on one of the ones that we're actually going to be using for the monthly club for the month of May. So that's exciting as well. Let's see. Well, try it. Oh, you just had major surgery. Oh, you know what though? Lorraine, go in tomorrow, download it, make notes to yourself what you want to do with it, and do it once you've recouped from your surgery. That would be great. Oh, you're welcome. Don't forget, give me the thumbs up. If you live in Canada and do not have a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. And we'll see you tomorrow. 12 o'clock, the mystery clues go up. That's where I picked 3 things that I'm sure that you will have in your craft room. I don't say specifically a palm tree. I might say a tree, but that's not one of the clues anyways. And then basically it just gets you using stuff from your own craft room. And that's so important that you do use your product app. All right. So we will see you tomorrow, 3 o'clock Pacific time, and I will be doing my mystery card then. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you soon. Bye for now. Remember to take the time to create because it's great for the soul. Bye for now. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's do this.